Roy Keane left speechless by Manchester United collapse against Coventry City. Latest Manchester United news as Roy Keane hits out at his former side for their FA Cup collapse against Coventry. Roy Keane has slammed Manchester United for letting their 3-0 lead against Coventry City in the FA Cup semi-final slip following a bizarre 15 minutes at Wembley Stadium. United had raced into a 3-0 lead thanks to goals from Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes. However, the Championship side showed great resilience to score 3 second-half goals. Former Everton striker Ellis Simms grabbed the first in the 71st minute before Callum Maher's fortunate strike made it 3-2. American forward Haji Wright dramatically levelled from the penalty spot in injury time after an Aaron Wan-Bissaka handball. Failure to see out their comfortable lead was greeted with loud boos from the section of United fans at Wembley after a disappointing collapse. Speaking on ITV, Keane did not shy away from criticising the Reds. "I can't believe what I am watching," he said. "You are 3-0 up, you are coasting, you start slowing the game down, you are looking for leadership. You see the goalkeeper messing around. Obviously once that goal went in for Coventry you have got confidence, momentum, and it is all about Coventry now, but United if they don't get over the line in this game. I don't know what to say." Shocking. Roy Keane disagrees with Harry Maguire after Manchester United win over Coventry City in FA Cup. Latest Manchester United news and gossip as Roy Keane criticised the Reds and disagrees with Harry Maguire after the win over Coventry City in the FA Cup semi-final. Roy Keane has explained why he disagrees with Harry Maguire's verdict after Manchester United beat Coventry City. The Reds needed a penalty shootout to beat Coventry after the match finished 3-3 after extra time at Wembley Stadium. United had taken a 3-0 lead with goals from Scott McTominay, Maguire and Bruno Fernandes. Despite leading by 3 goals in the 70th minute, United would go on to draw the game after goals from Ellis Simms, Callum Maher and Haji Wright for Coventry. The tie went to a penalty shootout, which the Reds managed to win 4-2 with Diogo Dalot, Christian Eriksen, Rasmus Højlund and Fernandes all finding the back of the net and set up a final against Manchester City next month. After the game, Maguire gave an interview where he explained how United showed great character to get the win after surrendering a 3-0 lead. "It sums up our season, we had great control and played well for 60 minutes but then we conceded out of nothing," Maguire told ITV Sport. "Then I don't know, it seems like the world wanted Coventry to go on and do it. We showed great character to stick with it and it was important to win the shootout." Keane was in the studio at Wembley and explained why he disagreed with Maguire's comments. The United legend went on to criticise the Reds for the performance against Coventry, and why he believes there are concerns for the club for the future. "We are having the same conversations every week about United," Keane told ITV. "You don't know what you are going to get. They are inconsistent, they give you chances, they always play in moments, that is what they tend to do. They give teams chances, we've seen it throughout the FA Cup this year. Liverpool probably should have beaten them, they should have been beaten today. But they are in the final, but you always say you need a bit of luck in football and United had luck today, absolutely. They got over the line." Maguire got interviewed at the end and said they showed great character. "I don't see character in this group of players, I really don't. I am getting to the stage where I am almost disliking them because I see what qualities they have, but when they have a team and they have the game won and they take the foot off the gas, I am just waiting for leadership and I am seeing people with bad habits. I am looking at the goalkeeper and he's wasting time, the goalkeeper of Man United. You are 2 or 3 up, just get on with the game, flex your muscles, you have got the game won. All of a sudden they take a step back, almost, show some courage. Almost frightened to win the game. Huge problems for United going forward, but they got the job done." Ian Wright left confused by 2 Erik ten Hag decisions during Manchester United FA Cup win. Man United sealed their place in the FA Cup final but were far from convincing against Coventry City at Wembley Stadium. Former Arsenal striker Ian Wright was left confused by a couple of substitutions Erik ten Hag made as Manchester United beat Coventry City in the FA Cup semi-final. United were cruising to the final after 70 minutes with Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes putting the Reds in control. However, a stunning collapse saw the Championship club take the game to extra time. At 3-3, the Sky Blues were in the ascendancy during the additional 30 minutes. Ellis Sims hit the bar while Victor Torp had a goal ruled out for offside late on. Penalties would eventually decide the contest, with Rasmus Højlund scoring the winner to send the Reds to the final, where they will face their old rivals Manchester City. Despite the victory, there were subdued celebrations from the United camp, and reflecting on the win, Wright pointed to two decisions which surprised him. Coventry, sitting here among fans at 3-0 down, they never stopped and they kept going, Wright told ITV Sport. Like Roy Keane mentioned with the United team and the way they played, they took off Kobbie Mainoo, which I was really confused with. Same with Alejandro Garnacho too, I'd have kept him on. It's just the way it just descended into chaos, and then you could just see all of a sudden Coventry feeling, we can get something here, and starting to play. Callum Aher got into the game more, and Sims got into the game more. The sub came on, they had a go at United and they kind of crumbled away. Alan Shearer sends PGMOL X-rated message after controversial Man City and Man United decisions. Alan Shearer has demanded that the PGMOL, headed by Howard Webb, rewrite the laws of the game to help referees after incidents involving Manchester United and Manchester City. Alan Shearer has vented his frustration on social media after numerous refereeing decisions overshadowed a brilliant weekend of football. On Saturday, Chelsea were denied a penalty against Manchester City after Cole Palmer's free kick struck the arm of Jack Grealish. Then, the following afternoon in the other FA Cup semi-final at Wembley Stadium, Coventry City were awarded a spot kick for an identical incident involving Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The Championship outfit were also denied a stoppage-time winning goal against Manchester United after Haji Wright was controversially adjudged to be offside by the video assistant referee. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, Nottingham Forest were denied 3 penalties against Everton. Following the Toffees' 2-0 win at Goodison Park on Sunday afternoon, Forest published an eye-opening statement on social media. Taking to X, formerly known as Twitter, the club wrote, 3 extremely poor decisions, 3 penalties not given which we simply cannot accept. We warned the PGMOL that the VAR is a Luton fan before the game, but they didn't change him. Our patience has been tested multiple times. NFFC will now consider its options. With the Professional Game Match Officials Limited, PGMOL, stealing the limelight once more, Shearer vented his frustration on X. The former Newcastle United striker wrote, "Pens given for handball, pens not given for handball. The refs have an impossible job because the law is an absolute shit show. Natural, unnatural. Proximity. Speed. What a mess." In a column for the Mail Online, Mark Clattenburg slammed Anthony Taylor and the PGMOL, who are headed by Howard Webb, for a hat-trick of howlers in Merseyside this weekend. The former Premier League referee said, "One of these errors would have been bad enough. 3 was a joke, and that is why Nottingham Forest were left feeling victimised after another defeat in which 0 big decisions went their way." Clattenburg added, "These situations were precisely why video technology was brought into the Premier League, and yet, Atwell did not send Taylor to his monitor. Not once. It was a hat-trick of howlers from the refereeing team and, unfortunately for Forest, a continuation of an unjust trend that has hampered their survival fight." You will have seen the statement released by the club, how the PGMOL were contacted to warn that it was not appropriate for a Luton fan such as Atwell to play such a pivotal role in a massive match that would impact the relegation race.